everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some New York Yankees 1961 baseball here on August 17th, 1961. We got the Chicago White Sox traveling to New York to take on the Yanks. And the starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox, leading off playing shortstop, is Luis Aparicio. Batting second, playing second's Nellie Fox. Batting third, playing center field is Jim Landis. Batting fourth, playing right field is Floyd Robinson. Batting fifth, playing left field is Minnie Mioso. Batting sixth, playing first base is Roy Serves. Batting seventh, playing third base is Al Smith. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Sherman Lowler. And on the mound, doing the pitching and batting ninth is Frank BAOMANN. And let's get to the New York Yankees starting lineup. And leading off, playing second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop's Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth and doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting seventh and playing left field is Hector Lopez. Batting eighth and playing third base is Clint Boyer. Batting ninth and doing the pitching for the New York Yankees is Bill Stafford. Let's get down here to the Yankee Stadium, folks, and get this game started. On the mound for the Yankees, Bill Stafford. He's got a 2.25 ERA entering this game. He's 16-2 and 16 starts. He's got 6 complete games. And Luis Aparicio will be the first batter against him, batting .225 with 2 home runs and 34 RBIs. And that's going to be a error out in left field by Lopez. Not the way the Yankees want to start this game with an E7. So Aparicio's aboard here with an error on Lopez. So no outs now. And that'll bring up Mr. Nellie Fox, batting .236 with 4 home runs and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. No, this is going to be a high pop-up down the third. Boyer's got it for out number 1. That brings up Jim Landis now. And Jim's batting .253 with 14 home runs and 61 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mick. He's got it with no problem. Now there's 2 outs with Aparicio down first for Floyd Robinson. And he's batting .318 on the year, folks, with 12 home runs and 42 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Boyer at third. He'll fire across the diamond to get Robinson. And the error doesn't cost the Yanks. We get to the bottom of the first. White Sox, nothing. Richardson, Kubek, and Maris due up for the Yanks. Bobby's got that batting average up to .260 now, folks. Like I say, he's been smoking hot. 2 home runs, 44 RBIs. And they don't want nothing to do with old Bobby. Don't know how smart that is to walk the leadoff runner. So Bobby trots on down the first. That sets up Kubek now with a runner on at first. And Tony's hitting .281 on the year, folks, with 6 home runs and 46 RBIs. And that is going to be a base hit in the center field. And Bobby, with nobody out and the big boys, the M&M brothers coming up, isn't going to take a chance of getting thrown out at third. He puts on the brakes. So we got first and second now, folks, with nobody up. And here's the first M&M boy. That's Roger Maris, and he's been hitting well, folks. .268, 49 home runs, 98 RBIs. Let's see if he can get the Yanks on the board here in the bottom of the first. And he's going to pop this one up in the foul territory. Sherm's back there and throws off the mask, makes the catch for out number 1. So he passes the baton to Mick. And Mick's trying to get that batting average up over 300 with 36 home runs and 109 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And the Yankees come out of the dugout yelling and screaming and pointing. Mick trots on down the first, Richardson the third, and Cuback down the second. And the White Sox are yelling back, why in the hell would he hit somebody to load the bases? But it is Mick. But Moose has made him pay all year, folks, for doing stuff like this. So let's see if the 287 hitter with 34 home runs and 111 RBIs of his own can make the White Sox pay for hitting the Mick. Here's the pitch to the Moose. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Now there's 2 outs with the bases juiced. Can Elston Harrod get a 2-out base hit here, folks, and put the Yankees on the board? He's hitting .332, 11 home runs, 51 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Howard. And that is going to be a 2-ball, no strike count on Elston. Can he make him pay with this batter's count? 2-0 pitch. And he hits a deep fly ball to left field, but Minnie Mioso's out there. And the Yankees lead the bases juice, folks, and don't score a run. We go to the top of the second. It's still 0-0. Mioso serves and Smith do up here against Bill. Excuse me. Minnie's batting .272 on the year with 22 home runs and 77 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Cuback. He fires over to Skowron for out number 1. And that'll bring up Roy serves. Roy's batting .259 on the year with 16 home runs and 74 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Richardson's up with it. He fires over the first. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. That brings up Al Smith. See what Alfonso can do. He's batting .295, 20 home runs, 84 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball to Cuback. So 3 ground balls, 3 outs. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. We go to the bottom of the second. Bottom part of the order due up Lopez, Boyer, and Stafford. Hector's batting .224 on the year with no home runs and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Baumann with his second strikeout of the game. Brings up Clint Boyer now. And Clint's batting .246 with 10 home runs, 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Al Smith at third. And that'll be 2 quick outs here for the Yankees. Big difference than what the first inning was. That brings up Bill Stafford, batting .227 on the year, folks, with 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field because we don't need no stinking DH. So Bill Stafford's aboard with a 2-out single. We're back to the top of the order, and Bobby Richardson, who walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Bobby Richardson with a hot bat. He drives that ball in the right field. Floyd Robinson's going back up against the wall and watches that one go over his head, folks. Home run. Bobby Richardson gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Just like that. Like I say, his bat is freaking on fire. That brings up Mr. Cuback, who's 1 for 1 today. Singled his first time up. See if Tony can get on for the M&M boys again. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nellie Fox. But Bobby Richardson with that hot bat gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the White Sox. Lowler, Baumann, and then back up to Aparicio at the top of the order. Sherm's batting .279 on the year, 9 home runs and 34 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want when you get a 2-run lead. But Sherm's down there at first. BAOMANN is going to try to bunt him over in the scoring position for Aparicio. Here's the pitch to BAOMANN. Infield in at the corners, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. Fouls that bunt off. And that's going to be he pops that ball up. He pops that ball up, and Howard quick makes the play, folks. Nice catch by Howard. Throws down the first with Bobby Richardson covering, and they double him up, folks. Nice play by Howard. BAOMANN not helping his own calls there. 2 outs now with nobody on for Aparicio. Howard was a damn fine fielding catcher. Luis, he reached on an error his first time up. And guess what, folks? I think he's going to reach on an error again. And yes, he is. That ball is hit down the short. And Quebec muffs this one up. So Aparicio's 0 for 2, but he's been on base both times. That'd bring up Nelly Fox. Oh, Nelly. So Nelly's up now. He's 0 for 1, popped up the third his first time up, and he gets a hold of this one, drives that ball in the right field. Aparicio with his speed is going to make it down the third easily. And all of a sudden now with 2 outs and he should be out of the inning, Stafford's in a little bit of a pickle due to the error. Of course, the nice play by Howard got the 2 outs to begin with. So that brings up Jim Landis. He flew out the Mick his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. So now the bases are juiced. And what a mess Stafford's in, all due to a darn error. So here we go with Floyd Robinson. Floyd, he grounded out the Boyers first time up. And that's going to be a infield fly down the first, scouring in fair territory, makes the catch. And the White Sox leave the bases juice, and the Yankees get out of a heck of a 2-out mess there. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees still with a 2-0 lead. We got the big boys up. We got the M&M boys, Maris and Mantle fired, followed by Scouring. And Roger popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Floyd Robinson's out there for the White Sox, makes the catch. That'll be 1 down. Here comes the Mick. He got hit by a pitch his first time up, folks. See if he makes him pay this time. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Aparicio. That'll be 2 quick outs here for the Yanks. That brings up the Moose Scouring. He struck out his last time up with the bases juiced. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Minnie Mioso. So 1, 2, 3 goes the Bombers. We go to the top of the fourth. It's still 2-0 New York. Mioso serves and Smith do up here for the White Sox. Minnie grounded out the Quebec his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Mick, a nice diving catch, robs Minnie of a base hit. Now the defense is paying off for Stafford. 1 down here. Here's Mr. Serves. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the Richardson his first time up. And that's going to be another ball down to Bobby. You might want to pick on somebody else, because that's 2 ground balls to second, and 2 times Roy's been thrown out. That'll bring out Al Smith, grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be another nice hit in the center field. And Mick on his horse makes a running catch, and he robs Al Smith of a base hit. Mick is on his game out in the outfield, folks. He might be 0 for 2, but he's taking hits away. Sure, he's committing highway robbery out there, grand theft even. And now we got Howard, Lopez, and Boyer up here. Elston flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Nice piece of hit, and he goes right up the middle with it. And Howard's on at first with nobody out. And here comes Hector Lopez. See if he can do something. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And Howard will make his way back to first. Now there's one out for Mr. Clint Boyer. See if Clint can get something going here. He grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to second. Is that going to be a double play, folks? It's a slow roller. Nelly fires over the short. Aparicio, he doesn't even throw over. Doesn't want to throw the ball away. No way he's getting Boyer on that slow roller. So now there's two outs, and Bill Stafford, who singled his last time up, folks, says we don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Bill. Can he take advantage of this 2-0 count? And he does. He squares this one up, folks. He's a hitting machine, and that ball is blasted in the right field. They was playing shallow. He's going to run forever. That brown-eyed, handsome man is rounding second, headed for third, and he's got himself a stand-up triple, folks, and drives in a run. Jeez, you Pete Stafford's doing it all today, folks. 2 for 2 with an RBI. That brings Bobby Richardson up. He's 1 for 1 with a base on balls and that big 2-run homer. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be another base hit into left field, right through short and third. Perfectly placed. When you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. And that'll be an RBI for Bobby Richardson. And man, can't get any hotter than Bobby right now. Here comes Quebec up now with Richardson again at first. Bobby's 1 for 2, grounded out the second his other time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Quebec. BAOMANN keeps getting behind in the count, and the Yankees are taking advantage of it. Not this time, though. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. BAOMANN up with it, tosses it over the serves, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees scored 2 and take a 4-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th. Bottom part of the order due up for the White Sox. Lowler, BAOMANN, and Aparicio. Sherm walked his first time up, and he's going to walk again. He's patient up there against Bill, not swinging at anything out of the strike zone. And again, BAOMANN, who hit into a double play the last time, trying to bunt his way on. He's going to try to bunt again. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a bunt right back to Stafford. He goes over and tags BAOMANN out for the put out. But Lohr will make his way down to second now with 1 out. And we got Aparicio up now with a runner in scoring position. And Aparicio is 0 for 2, but he's reached base both times, folks, on an E7 and an E6. And he gets a base hit this time. That ball's in the center field. And here comes the throw from Mickey Mantle. Let's see if the catcher can score on Mick. I'm surprised they're sending him. And there's the tag, and they get him out, running on the Mick. I don't know how smart that was. And now we got Nelly Fox up. He singled his last time up. Aparicio's taking off. They might just run themselves out of the inning here, folks. He's trying for second. I don't know what they're thinking. They're down by 4. They need base runners. And here's the throw from Howard with Quebec covering, and he applies the tag, but it's too late. Aparicio's safe. That's a 1 strike on Nelly. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a base on balls. So now we got runners on first and second with 2 outs for Mr. Landis. 1 swing and a bat here, and he can make this a 1-run ball game, folks. So Bill's got to be careful. He's walked his last time up and flew out the Mick. And just what the doctor ordered, a nice easy ground ball down the Richardson. He takes the short way over to Quebec, and that ends the inning. And the White Sox keep leaving runners on. That's two more. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. We got Maris, Mantle, and Scourin due up. Rogers 0 for 2, popped up and flew out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nelly Fox. He's up with it. Easy play for Nelly. He fires over the serves at first. One down here in the fifth. And here comes the Mick. They haven't won in no parts of the Mick today. Hit him and he grounded out the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. And that'll be 2 quick outs here, folks. And now we bring up the Moose. Scourin. And he is 0 for 2, struck out and flew out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nelly Fox. Nelly with 2 ground balls and makes both plays. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. We got Robinson, Mioso, and Serves due up here for the White Sox. Floyd's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3 as that ball's hit down to Bobby Richardson. And that'll bring up Mr. Minnie Mioso. And Minnie's 0 for 2, grounded out and flew out. And that's going to be a nice hit into center field. And Mick, like I say, is just committing larceny out there. It could be a felony charge because he is just robbing him of hits left and right. Minnie goes back to the dugout shaking his head. Can't believe that ball didn't fall in. Here Serves. He's grounded out to Bobby Richardson both times up. And not this time. He gets a hold of this one off of Bill, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is gone. Home run, Roy Serves. And he gets the White Sox on the board. It's 4-1. Maris could only watch that one leave the ball out there right there. Brings up now Smith. It's 0 for 2. 2 outs, nobody on. And that's another base hit in the center field. No, Mick with the shoestring catch. And that is 3 outs made by the Mick. And all 3 of them could have been base hits, folks. Make sure I'm right here. I think it was 3 outs he made that inning. Let's check it out here before we go to the bottom of the 6th. No, one was a ground ball to Bobby. All righty. So now we got Howard, Lopez, and Boyer due up here for the Yanks. Now a 4-1 ball game. Elston's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ball 1 to Howard again. BAOMANN getting behind in the count. And that's going to be a slow roller down the 3rd. And Smith's got it for out number 1. That brings up Lopez now. And let's see if Hector can get on base here. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Minnie in left field. 2 up and 2 down. See if Boyer can get on base and keep this inning alive and bring up the hot-hitting Bill Stafford. Boyer reached on the fielder's choice and came around to score. And that's just going to be a slow roller down to Aparicio. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the Yanks. We go to the 7th. It's 4-1 New York. We got Sherm up, probably a pitch hitter, and then Aparicio. Sherm's 0 for 0. He's walked both times up, folks. And not this time. That's going to be a ground ball down to Quebec. And he fires over the first. That'll be out number 1 here in the 7th. And that'll be it for BAOMANN. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. And I think old Alfredo might come out here and pitch hit. Let's see here. Bring out the lefty, and Al Pelargic's going to come out and pitch hit. Alfredo. There's Pelargic. 1 down, nobody on. Al's hitting .303 on the year, folks, with 1 home run and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Al, and that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Rogers got a beat on it. He tracks it down, puts it away for out number 2. We're back to the top of the order now on Aparicio. He's 1 for 3 with a stolen base. He's reached base all 3 times, folks. He's reached on 2 errors, his other 2 plate appearances, and not this time. They finally get him out legit. That's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. He throws over to Scourin, and that'll end the inning, folks. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. See, he's going to come out here and pitch. You got Stafford, and then Richardson, and then Quebec. They might bring out the Turk. Yeah, that's who's coming out. The Turk's coming out the pitch here. Trying to keep us a 3-run game for the White Sox. Turk's got a 4.62 ERA. He's got a 7-2 record with 9 saves. Like I say, he'll be facing Stafford and then the top of the order in Richardson and Quebec. But Bill is 2 for 2 with an RBI triple for Beatles. Here's the pitch to Bill. Can he go 3 for 3 today, folks? And he'll stay 2 for 2 because the Turk don't want no parts of him, and that's a base on balls. Bill Stafford on base all 3 times, folks. And that brings up Bobby Richardson, another smoking hot hitter, 2 for 2 today with a 2-run homer, an RBI single. He's walked his other time up. Can Bobby go 3 for 3 here today, folks? No, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. The only play for Aparicio was a slow roller is over the second. They get the lead runner. The Yankees ain't too mad about that. Gets Bill on the bench, lets him rest. And Quebec's up now with Bobby down at first. Tony's 1 for 3 today, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Nellie Fox fires over to Aparicio. He fires over to first, but Quebec's too fast. He beats the play. So now there's 1 out. Quebec down at first for Mr. Maris, who's 0 for 3, folks. Can he give the Yankees some insurance here? Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Smith will fire across the diamond. And the Yankees leave 1 on, and we go to the top of the 8th with a 4-1 lead for the New York Bronx Bombers. We got Fox, Landis, and Robinson due up. Here's the pitch to Nelly. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Lopez has got it for out number 1. And that'll bring up Jim Landis now. Jim's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the other corner. It's out to right, and Rogers got it. 2 fly balls, 2 outs. That brings up Mr. Pink Floyd Robinson. 0 for 3 today. Grounded out to third, popped up to first, and grounded out to second. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Howard says he's got it, and he does. And that'll end the inning, folks. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mantle, Scourin, and Howard due up here against the Turk. Excuse me, Mick's batting .292, 0 for 2 with that hit by pitch. And he's going to be 0 for 3 as that's a fly ball out the left. Mick goes back to the dugout a little disgusted, but his defense has paid off today, folks. He has robbed a lot of base hits off of the White Sox. You can't do it at the bat. Don't let it affect your defense, and he sure hasn't. Here's Scourin. He's 0 for 3. Struck out, flew out, and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Roy serves up with it. He's going to throw over to the Turk. And that'll be out number 2. And that brings up Howard up now. Howard's had a good game here, folks. He's 1 for 3 with a single. See if he can go 2 for 4 here. And he sure does. He blasts that ball the other way in the right field. Robinson goes over, cuts it off with 2 outs. Howard's going to hold up at second. He ain't going to try to, first. He ain't going to try to stretch it down to second. Lopez is 0 for 3. He's flown out the left twice and struck out. Can he get a base hit here and keep this 8th inning going? And we drop the dice to make it an official game. And that's going to be popped up on the infield. And Al Smith calls for it, makes the catch out in shallow left field. And that'll end the inning. Howard gets stranded down at third. And now's the decision. Do we let Bill try to get a complete game 3 hit, 1 run game? We're going to let him get a chance here. If anybody reaches base, we'll have Luis up in the bullpen ready to come in. So he's going to have to face Mioso, Serves, and Smith. Minnie's 0 for 3. He's flown out to Mick twice. Mick's robbed him of 2 base hits, and he's grounded out the Quebec. Here's the pitch to Minnie, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. That'll be out number 1. Here comes Mr. Serves up now. And he's got the only run on the board for the White Sox. He's 1 for 3 with that solo home run his last time up. Here's the pitch from Bill. And this time he grounds that ball down the Boyer. So 2 ground balls, 2 outs. White Sox are down to the last out, folks. And it's in the form of Al Smith. And he's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball out to Mick twice, too. And grounded out to short also. And that's going to be another ground ball down the Quebec. He's going to take his time, fire over the first, and that'll end the game, folks. The Yankees win 4-1. Let's take a look at the box score here. Bobby Richardson and Bill Stafford are the heroes, folks. That's for sure. Sure. No doubt about it. Stafford going the distance, Bobby with the home run, and Bill with some nice batting of his own, sure. The White Sox 1 run on only 3 hits and an error. And like I say, the only real offense the White Sox had was Roy Serves with that home run. Like I say, some damn good defense by Mick and a few others robbing hits out there. The White Sox was 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They just didn't have the opportunities. They did leave 6 men on base. Bobby Richardson, look at that, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a walk. Bill Stafford, a perfect 2 for 2 with an RBI. Like I say, Bobby with the home run and Stafford with the triple, man. The Yankees were only 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And they left 6 men on also. So they got cashed in on their few opportunities, that's for sure. BAOMANN went 6 innings, picked up his 5th loss. He's 8-5 on the year. 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 2, and gave up the home run to Bobby. The Turk came in and pitched 2 nice innings, gave up a hit and a walk. He kept it a 3-run game, but White Sox couldn't muster nothing against old Bill Stafford. He picks up his 17th win with only 2 losses. 9 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 4, didn't strike out a soul. How about that? Gave up the 1 walk to 1 home run, rather, to Roy Serves. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the Red Sox traveling to Cleveland to take on the Indians. And the Indians beat the Red Sox. The Red Sox only 1 run on 5 hits and an error. The Indians 5 runs on 11 hits and an error. And the battle for second, Orioles at a 72-50 record. The Tigers 72-47 record. See what happens here in Detroit, the Motor City. And the Tigers, I think the Tigers swept this series, folks. The Orioles 4 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Tigers 8 runs on 11 hits and an error. Oh, Maxwell 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And the last game in the American League is the Angels traveling to D.C. to take on the Senators, the 2 expansion teams here in 61. And the Angels beat up on the Senators. 11 runs on 16 hits. They had 3 errors and still won the game. The Senators are only 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Take a look here at the standings now after August 17th. Yankees got a 9-game lead on the Tigers, and yep, the Tigers have swept the Orioles in that 4-game series, folks. Tigers have won 4 in a row. Baltimore's fallen now to 11.5 games back. The Twins are on a roll, 5-game winning streak. They're at 13.5 games back. Chicago White Sox, 16.5 games back. Angels, 27. Cleveland Indians, 28.5 games back. Red Sox are 31 games back. The Senators, 40.5 games back. And the A's are 42.5 games back. Helston Howard now has enough at bats to be in the race for the batting championship. He's batting .334. Rogers still leading the American League and the major leagues with 49 RBIs. Norm Cass is leading the American League and the major leagues with 116 RBIs. Hey, Tim. Oh, you're welcome, bud. Gentile and Scourin and Mick all have over 100 RBIs. Roger and Rocky Colavito's at 98. Jim Bunning still leading the American League and the major leagues with a 2.11 ERA. He's got 19 wins on the season, the most in the majors. Luis with his 30 saves on the year, leading the majors with saves and the American League, obviously. Rogers still got the lead in the MVP voting, and Jim Bunning's leading with the Cy Young. I want to thank Cleveland Baseball Fan 879. Check out his channel. He's downloaded 2 more games over there in his 2007 playoffs. Check that out, folks. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell, and on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Our next game, I think, is between the Phillies and the Braves, if I remember right. Ken Castro's Phillies, yep, sure is. Will be the next game on the channel. I'm going to get off here. It's got to be getting close to lunchtime. I'm getting hungry. Get something to eat. We'll probably be back on later today with that Phillies-Braves game. Until then, you all have a great day and take care.